Personally, I think this is probably one of my favorite chapters that just came out today. All the plot reveals, the foreshadowing, and what led up to this moment into this chapter, oh my god, like, that ending alone, the final page of this chapter, Toriko, the foreshadowing to that, damn, like, damn, I have to commend the writer, I gotta commend that writer of this series of Toriko, because that foreshadowing of the planet being an ingredient, being cooked, going to be devoured, that right there, that foreshadowing is crazy. I mean, it was obvious something like that might eventually come to light, but to see now it was the truth and that was foreshadowing, I like that. I really appreciate that when it comes to writing. And also, seeing Akasha still alive. Like, it's officially confirmed with this chapter of Toriko that he is alive. Like, there is no denying it. There is no speculation with theories. It is pretty much confirmed. He's alive. He is alive. There's, like I said, no debates about it. He is pretty much confirmed in this chapter to be alive, and he's also waiting for the planet to become cooked and to get ready for the solar eclipse, the eclipse to come, for the planet can be devoured. So the entire planet is an ingredient, a food. That means the end of the world. That's the end of the world. So Akasha is somewhere else. Maybe somewhere in space. Because we do know that this series has so much great world building skills. Because, I mean, there's other planets out there that's constantly went over the edge of having ingredients come out of space and different things like that. And we do know there's possibly other planets out there. And so to see something like this with the world building that Toriko has, it's very possible that the planet could actually get destroyed. There is a possibility. And if that does happen, damn, that's going to be crazy. So yeah, this chapter, one thing I have to say, I appreciate that. I just appreciate those 2 points alone with this chapter. I appreciate that writing. I really do. Say what you will about this, but this was a great way to really just wrap up this arc, this pair arc. What a wonderful way to wrap this arc up. You can say what you will with the previous chapters, but with this chapter, oh my god, it was good. Because so much information, info dumps, and foreshadowing for the future that everybody that's a huge long-term Toriko fan is going to be just shaking in their boots and just like, oh my god, this shit is fucking hype. And this shit was hype. This was one of the best chapters, personally, to me, of today. Like, oh my god. So here's the thing. We find out that the fake Kaka is still alive, the Blue Nitro. And to see that, we have the Blue Nitro having a communication in this chapter. They start talking about how Bombina, the Monkey King, has gotten stronger. He's a lot stronger when they first fought him, and now he's more of a hassle. And you see how they're kind of putting down the 8 kings, the 8 beastly kings. You see how they're making fun of Hercules and then also making fun of Monkey King Bombina. So you see how the Blue Nitro really do not like the 8 kings at all. They don't like them. So eventually, there's probably going to be a possibility that the 8 kings are going to team up against the Blue Nitro in the long-term future. Probably 100, maybe 200 chapters from now. But judging by the progression of Toriko, to be really honest here, I don't know if it's just me. I know we have a lot more ingredients to hunt down when it comes to Akashia's full course. I mean, there's a lot of ingredients out there still to collect, and the eclipse is kind of a little bit of ways off. But with all the stuff that's been going on, and the pacing of these arcs, it feels like Toriko is going to end in the next 150 to 200 chapters at max. And, I mean, that seems like a lot, but it's really not. I mean, 200 chapters is about 2-3 years at max, depending on breaks and stuff, so that's not much at all. It really isn't. So, yeah, 2 to 3 years. I can't believe, the way the pacing is done, that's how long I feel like until this series wraps itself up, judging by what has been going on, and the pacing of it, and just how much information we've been getting, the endgame kind of finally revealed with the series. Like, we got the endgame revealed with this chapter. Like, the endgame is officially revealed. We always thought it was about, the full course, getting the full course of Akasha, but to see now that it's about the planet being fucking eaten? There's the endgame, right there. End of the world, endgame. Like, there you go. So, yeah. Very good setup. Very, very, very good setup in this week's chapter of Toriko. Like, oh my god, it was definitely worth the wait for that week, just for this chapter. It was a really good way to just hype up my feels for Toriko for next week, just to see what's going to happen. So, the next destination is another. That's the next ingredient supposedly we're going after, and Midora is near another. The ingredient another. So after, what has happened with, the 4 Heavenly Kings getting paired, they're going to be setting off very soon, probably going after another, and maybe Midora is going to be helping them out. It's a possibility, judging by how this chapter was done, along with how we come to find out the conversation Midora and Toriko had in the past. And before the time skip, like when they were talking and stuff, we come to find out their conversation, what they really said. And it's been a long time coming. It's been a long while since that conversation happened. About 70 chapters? Less than that, maybe. Probably 60 chapters. That's still a long time, actually, in between that in terms of weeks and stuff. So to finally see the information, what they were communicating about, to come to find out that Toriko is going to be hunting down the full course and then delivering it to Midora, and they're going to be kind of teaming up. And Midora's goal, his actual goal, was officially revealed in this chapter. He wants to get the full course before he can go, like, to the past. Like, he wants to change the past from what you can see, and then Toriko's going to be handling his future. So you gotta like that information right there. I really like the reveals in this chapter. So much good information, and damn, just, I can't get over the fact of the way the foreshadowing was used. Like, I appreciate writing like this, when a writer knows what they want to do with a series from the beginning or a very long time ago. I really appreciate writing like that, because you don't see much of that nowadays. You just see how writers want to write something down, like, okay, here we go, next chapter, oh, here we go, next chapter. I'm just so appreciative of seeing how this writer of Toriko did something like that, and it makes me respect the series so much more after seeing something like that. It really makes me respect Toriko. So, yeah, a lot of hype. Lot of build-up, foreshadowing, in-game revealed, goals revealed, Midora, conversations revealed. I mean, this chapter full out was just like, almost, God, you couldn't ask for a better chapter of Toriko. You really could not ask for a better chapter of Toriko. Like, this chapter, it didn't need fighting. That information, all that information we got in this, oh man, that's crazy. Tell me your thoughts. How do you feel about this week's chapter of Toriko? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? How do you feel about this chapter? How do you feel about all the reveals that happened? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. Please be safe. Chibi out.